Chapter 4. This prince was forced to marry for power but fell in love with a nobody. The palace gates opened at dawn. A grand carriage rode through, flanked by armored guards on horseback. The flags of the Eastern Kingdom flew high. The ground had been swept clean, flower petals laid out, and servants lined the pathway, heads bowed. But it was Queen Zalira who noticed first. The princess hadn't smiled. Princess Amira stepped out in silence. Tall, poised, and elegant, with a face like carved stone. She looked at no one. Not the king. Not the queen. Not even Meko. She looks furious, Queen Zalira whispered. The king waved it off. Ignore her moods. We need this alliance. But Queen Zalira saw more than a mood. She saw a warning. And she knew something was wrong. That same night, Meko dressed in black. He carried no guards, no royal horses. Just a cloak, a dagger, and his promise to Nia. He slipped through the servant gate at the rear of the palace, using the tunnel his mother once showed him. The one her father had used during the border war. He rode hard into the hills, toward the village. Toward her. But someone followed. Zina heard the princess had arrived. She heard the whispers. She stood in front of her mirror and stared at herself. For the first time, she didn't feel beautiful. She felt replaceable. He left. In the middle of the night, her mother told her. He's gone to find her. Zina's breath grew short. Her eyes burned. And her nails dug into her own skin. If she comes back, Zina hissed, then I'll make sure she never leaves again. From her shack at the village edge, Nia saw a flicker of flame on the ridge. Someone was coming. Fast. She snatched her blade, blew out the fire, and waited by the door. But when the rider dismounted and whispered her name, her hands shook. Meko. He stepped out of the dark, cloaked, breathless, and alone. I had to see you, he said. They'll kill you for this, she whispered. He nodded. Then I'd rather die here than live there without you. The next morning, the queen visited the Eastern princess in her quarters. You haven't said a word since you arrived. Princess Amira turned slowly. Her eyes were sharp. You don't want this wedding either, do you? Zalira asked. Amira shook her head. Then why come? Because my father sent me. And because your king gave him a price. Zalira narrowed her eyes. What price? Amira hesitated. Land. Access to the mines. And a promise to eliminate all distractions. Zalira's breath caught. Define distractions. Amira met her eyes. A girl from the village. That night, as Meko and Nia slept for the first time in weeks, someone watched from the trees. Not Zina. A palace guard. One loyal to the king. He rode back at first light. But by then, Meko and Nia were already moving. They took the forest trail to the west. Toward the queen's summer estate, abandoned but hidden. They needed time. And distance. But time was a luxury. By noon, the king had read the guard's report. He slammed his goblet against the wall. He took her. He took her and left like a thief in the night. Zina stood nearby, pretending to tremble. But inside, she smiled. Bring them back, the king backed. Or bring me her head. He turned to the commander. Use the princess's men if you have to. But end this. Zina clutched her pendant. Inside was a powder. One her mother gave her. For when pain needs to look like poison, she had said. Zalira received word of the king's order before it left the palace. She summoned Amira. Call off your men. They won't listen to me. Then tell your father I will burn the mines myself. Amira blinked. You love him that much? No, Zalira said. But I hate your father more. At the summer estate, Nia lit a fire. Meko hunted rabbits. They laughed for the first time in months. But someone was already there. A villager. A friend. You remember me? He asked Nia. She smiled. Of course. You helped my grandmother during the famine. He smiled back. I also helped your prince find you. She looked confused. What do you mean? He stepped closer. They paid me to track him. And now I'm here to finish the job. The blade came fast. Meko shouted. Blood hit the floor. But it wasn't Nia's. It wasn't Meko's. It was the spies. From behind, Queen Zalira's new guard had struck. The queen had sent him days ago, quietly. Your mother says it's not time to die, the guard said to Meko. Meko looked at Nia, who stared in shock. Then what time is it? He asked. The guard looked to the east. Time to end the king.